Hey, greetings, salutations, internet fans of podcasts, anyone who enjoys having some adult beverages. I hope you're here to have them with us. Welcome to another episode of Cocktails and Curveballs. My name is Lee. As usual, we got a full panel. We got Tyler, Jim, and Pat with me. First thing we like to do is we always do, and I think if you guys have been around, we'd like to tip our hat and give mad props and appreciation to all of our men and women have served or are serving in the military, past, present, future, foreign and domestic. Thank you guys for what you do, for allowing us to have our freedom so we can talk this shit, and also all the first responders, all those people, man, that they're working some shitty hours and they're taking care of us when we need them in a pinch. Again, thank you and hats off to you guys. But what I'd like to know, guys, what you want to get into today, but also let me know what everybody's drinking today. If anyone's doing anything different, I'm sure Pat's got something up his sleeve, but who wants to start us off?
Well, we got the combine. Guys, I'm on Gatorade Zero this morning. There's a good chance I got to go to work, so um got to stay away from the alcoholic beverages this morning. But the combine, just sitting back thinking and looking at, and again, we've spoken about how there was a time where I didn't miss it. I mean, all the days, and especially because the NFL Network, they'll replay the day's stuff, so I could watch it after work, come home at night. And this year, I haven't. I think in these recent years, there's too much of guys. They're just going to do their pro workout day, you know. They're not even doing the combine, and I give mad props to the guys that do go out in front of God and everybody and display their talents. But there's just too many of them done. Anyway, my point is that so I'm looking over the highlights, and I did watch some of it and stuff, the highlights, but it's just amazing to me the athleticism uh, in that these guys that are getting ready to play in the NFL and how that's going to translate and transition themselves to the NFL. But when you have linebackers, guys that are running 4.4s, they're faster than the running backs. You have edge rushers running in the 4.4s. They're faster than running backs. Blake Corum, the kid from Michigan, such a good, really, really good running back, great talent. He runs a 4.5, and that's slow.
Did you see the
Again,
arms on that Blake Corum kid?
I
Oh
know,
my
and that's
God.
Holy
slow.
fuck.
He's got edge rushers that are running faster than he is, and linebackers. The athleticism, and again, I don't know. Let me ask you guys this: how far? Say you participate at the combine, how far can you rise? Actually, in reality, can you rise in your draft stock? Because I'm seeing some guys that are projected fourth, fifth round, you know, and they're having great workouts. But does it all just come back to the tape?
You know what, Jim? That's a great question. And as we were talking about the draft, so let me just start by saying I toned it down a little bit today. I'm not putting a shot in any of my beverages. Had a few last night, but I'm actually drinking some salmon fly honey rye from the Madison River Brewing Company. It's good.
Fantastic beer.
Yeah, it's an amber. It's kind of sweet. Got a hint of honey. Really easy drinking. I could see myself sitting in a bar somewhere with some friends, putting these down pretty quick. So really goes down really nice. Good tasting beer. I'm gonna have to get some more of this stuff. Jim, what I was thinking was, how often have we seen a guy be kind of ho hum, third, fourth round, get into the draft, and based on what he does, shoot up the charts. And I got to be honest with you, maybe we do the eyeball test on here, so I'm not going to pull up any stats, but we all follow sports pretty avidly, and I think it's been very far and few between. There have been cases where guys have just went out and performed at the combine and opened some eyes and like, wow, maybe went from the second to late first, maybe went from third to high second. But there haven't been a whole lot of cases where a guy doesn't pop on game film, blows away the combine, and you're he's rising a whole lot. I know it's happened, but I think it's very rare. And the other thing I would say about that, the other question I want to ask, kind of throwing your guys' plate, is outside of injury. Okay, so let's just put injury aside for right now. Is there ever a case where a guy choosing not to participate in the combine, does that ever work out well? If anything, I think it's like you're afraid of your stock going down. Am I wrong on that?
I think
Are you
I think
throwing a
you're
Caleb
right.
Williams? Is this a Caleb Williams reference? Not throwing.
Well, this
Any
has
reference,
happened.
any reference. And you know,
Yeah.
these guys that choose not to participate in the draft, what are they afraid of?
Or in the combine. Go ahead, T. What were you gonna say?
No,
the
I think
combine,
that's
I'm
it.
sorry.
I think that's it. I think like a Marvin Harrison Jr. or a Caleb Williams or
Exactly. Why?
Malik Neighbors or like any. I think they only have something to lose.
Because
And that's just and I would like to see everybody go to the combine. Don't get me wrong. I love the
Absolutely.
combine. Since
Absolutely.
I was like what Jim brought up, like I would spend full weekends every day, all day watching the combine from the time it started to the time it ended. But there's so much money involved though. Is what I like.
Ridiculous money.
I just think like I get it. I get why somebody like a Caleb Williams isn't going to throw because you're throwing to a bunch of receivers. Did you guys see Michael Penix yesterday?
I didn't.
He
didn't.
threw a couple fucking dimes down the field. One dude didn't put his hands up. The ball hit like a yard maybe in front of his toes. Just didn't put his hands up. Thought it was overthrown. And threw another beautiful deep ball, right? Guy fucking drops it. And you're like, that doesn't look great for Michael Penix. Throwing to a bunch of guys that he's never thrown to.
I disagree with that though, Ty. I think something like that. I think the guys that are evaluating these players can look and be like, "That's a beautiful thrown ball. Dipshit didn't catch it." But
Yeah.
but a big time receiver, even a receiver in the NFL is catching that ball in the game.
Yeah,
he's
I
catching
agree
it.
with Pat on that. I think they're going to see what he did with the arm and where that ball went. I think that means
Absolutely.
more than the rest. But Caleb Williams, when you're projected to be a number one pick in the draft, if you participate in all of this stuff, it can only take you down. It's not where you're going to try to go from the end of the first round. You know, that's the only thing it can do. If you have a bad day throwing the ball, well,
it's just going to be people shit talking you. He might still go one. He might go out there, shit the bed, not do great. Measurables aren't great, whatever. Shit the bed. Now you just get shit talked. You're still going to be the number one overall pick, you know?
But I think if you're like in that top 10, top 5 conversation, I can't get pissed off at them for not doing it because technically they got a higher probability of going down in the draft for their performance than going up.
Well, let me
flip
the script then, Lee. Let me flip the script because for the most part, I agree with you. But I just want to be clear. Do you guys think that there's not a situation? There's not a situation that exists where these guys can go to the draft and absolutely crush the draft and really elevate his stock. You don't think that's possible?
You're talking about crush the combine, not you keep saying draft.
I keep saying the draft. I'm sorry, I got the draft in my mind.
Well, no, because it affects draft. It does.
Yeah, but go to the combine and absolutely make the combine his bitch. Wouldn't that even be like, wow? Okay, so we were towing the line on making him our pick. Now he's absolutely our. I mean, so you don't think there's a situation where he could have gone and really?
I just don't. You're not seeing a potential third round pick. Somebody maybe that is right there, maybe a top 100 guy on boards, but towards the end of that, those guys aren't sitting out of the combine unless they're hurt.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just
I think those top
it's like the top elite guys, like you said, Lee. That's going to be a top 5, top 10
they
guy.
Got nowhere to go
sure.
but down. 9 times out of 10, the only thing they can do is hurt their stock.
Yeah,
but on the other hand, guys, last year Bryce Young and CJ Stroud both threw.
Yeah.
At the combine. Is it because of that? It was a weaker quarterback class? Basically, you're looking at the top 2 quarterbacks, the 2 that were gonna be. So yeah, you go throw CJ Stroud. Smart move. He went and he threw, showed everybody that he's right there with. I think he made Carolina's choice way tougher. Texas choice the Texans' choice way easier by throwing. But I think it was also a weak quarterback class compared to this year. I mean,
Right, but do you think,
we could
Jimmy,
potentially see 5 quarterbacks go in the first round?
on
Yeah,
that
or
note,
more.
do you think there is something to be said about who his representation is also, whether he's going to throw? Because they got their agents locked up if they're declared. I mean, these agents aren't stupid either. They could be filling his head full of shit too. Be like, oh, don't do it. You're
Yeah.
already going number one.
Well, and this might be the class where you go, okay, Bo Nix goes out there and just kills this thing,
Right.
or JJ McCarthy, who is creeping up as we speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that could be the whole thing right there. Is they're like, okay, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, they go out there and they kill it. What does that say about Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
They're scared.
They better
Kind of
kill
makes them
it
look
also,
scared.
or just don't throw, or just don't go
Yeah.
work out, or you had better kill it also. The whole Caleb Williams thing, man, it's a shit show to me. And if I'm an NFL team with all these quarterbacks, that potential first rounders, if I'm the Bears, listen, Bears, fucking take him. Good. Get rid of Justin Fields. Let Justin Fields go and take a team to the playoffs. The Bears, this whole Caleb Williams thing, guys, and again, I don't know the whole truth. I just know what I've been reading, what I've been hearing, and this fucking guy wanting percentage of the team. He doesn't want to sign a rookie contract.
No.
He wants a percentage of the team, and
Yeah.
just his answers in the interview and stuff like that.
Well, and the demands. So imagine this: the demands this kid continues to make. I don't care what team you put him on right now. I don't care if he finagles his way to go to a winning ball club. I mean, we've seen it with was it Eli Manning? Is that the one that turned down? Okay, so we've seen these players say, "I'm not going there. I'm not going here." So maybe he's able to finagle his way to a team that he wants to play for. What's that locker room going to be like? These
Oh, it's gonna
veterans,
suck.
we watch him come. These veterans watch him come in there and be like, "Who the fuck are you to make all these demands? You're a rookie, man."
Well, and so I've heard a couple different analysts, and they're jumping off this Caleb Williams. They're jumping
Quick.
off this train and it quick about how when you do look at tape, footwork. Does he have arm talent? Absolutely. Leadership abilities, things like that. And yeah, maybe he does go. He still goes number one. I mean, he's pretty much consensus and has been for a long time. But with all this coming out, and he's at the combine, he's just not working out.
Right.
But he's doing his interviews. He's he's standing in front of the media and everything. And I think the more he opens his mouth, the more that eyes are saying, "What is this?"
I'm
really,
telling you,
in my war room, just his mouth takes him off my board. I'm sorry. There's so many quarterbacks that could be good.
So
really,
listen,
really
I'll
top
double-
talent. I'm not going to invest in a shit show who has an attitude
Millions.
problem that
No,
thinks
and-
he's a god.
could put you back 10 years, right? You picked the wrong
Exactly.
guy with the first one. So here's in
Well,
my
the Bears
war
will do it. The Bears are good.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
you got to
Of course
also
they will.
look at who's drafted number one. I don't.
So here, listen, in my war room, 100 times out of 100 times, I'm this year, maybe not next year, maybe not last year, but this year, if I was sitting there with the number one pick, I'm trading back. I'm trading back 11 times out of 10.
No,
way
because
am I
like what
taking-
Jim said, there's 5 quarterbacks right now that are going to be, are going to be solid, really good NFL quarterback. Why wouldn't you trade that? But the Bears are that stupid, man. The Bears are that dumb. They've proven it.
You trade back. Listen, you trade back to number 3. You're still going to get a top player, one of the top best players in the draft, and you're going to pick up another first-round pick.
The thing
I
is,
agree, man.
thing is Justin Fields is such a good kid, and
He is.
and then you've got this Caleb Williams coming in, and he's just the polar opposite in what I've seen
Agreed.
so far. The polar opposite of a Justin Fields. Are you really going to bring him in as a rookie and expect anything different? I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm with you, Pat. I think you trade back, because
Absolutely.
if there's a JJ McCarthy or a Bo Nix,
Yeah.
sitting down there at 10, 12, whatever, and you can get another couple first round picks. for that number one
the-
overall.
The Bears
I
aren't
think I'm
gonna.
doing
The
it.
Bears aren't gonna do. They're not gonna trade back to draft a different quarterback,
Well,
I don't
okay,
think
but-
right? I mean, because
Well,
then you're
listen,
still in the same conundrum that you're in with the
Well,
whole Justin
well,
Fields thing.
That's a fair take, Ty. But here's what I would say about that. And here's my philosophy on that. That's a fair take, and I sympathize with that 100%. Here's what I gotta say about that. If you trade back and take a Bo Nix, you're not going to get hung out to dry that bad because you picked up another first round pick. If you spend the first overall pick on Caleb Williams, he comes in and is a fucking dumpster fire, dude. GM's going to lose their job. It's going to be anarchy, man. And I'm not saying do this to appease the fans, but I'm just saying I think you got a better chance of succession by trading back, picking up another pick. The more first round picks you have, the better odds you have of somebody hitting. You take that you better make sure that that's a guy that you want, because if he comes in and stinks it up.
I agree
Well, how
with that
many times have
100%.
we talked about-
All I'm saying is that if they do trade back, it's not going to be to pick a different quarterback. They're going to pick a offensive lineman or a receiver.
Well, okay,
Like,
yeah.
why would you're not going to
Marvin
back
Harrison
to 10 and
Jr.
get-
or something.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
know.
Well, that's
guys,
what they
do
need
you-
to do.
Do you guys think? Because I don't. When I think of generational, you know, I don't. As far as a quarterback goes, I can't imagine a college quarterback being generational in the NFL. Period.
There have been
Because
some.
it's such a completely different game and so much more advanced that calling a kid generational.
And how many times have you heard that?
I know it.
And it's
And-
bullshit.
Andrew Luck, right? Andrew Luck was supposed to be
Yeah.
the next best, and he was good. Don't get me wrong.
He
Like
was really
I'm
good.
not saying he's a bust by any means. He was very, very good. But he was supposed to be the next guy since Elway, right? Is what he was like the can't miss guy. Trevor Lawrence then was.
Sure, I was just
Trevor
going to say
Lawrence was
Trevor
supposed to be the next,
Trevor
and
Lawrence,
he's
yeah.
good. He's good.
But he's not generational, man. He's not.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And this Caleb Williams, I've been watching some tape and some highlight reels and shit like that. Sorry, guys, I don't think he's generational.
No,
I mean,
I
he
agree
was
100%.
his USC, a generational quarterback, takes your team to titles, whether it's your conference title or whether it's into the playoffs or whatever. Generational, especially at a place like USC with Lincoln Riley and I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see him being generational, and I don't see him being that much better than Jaden Daniels at LSU. I don't see him.
I agree with you, Jenny. The only person that I think could actually hold that torch when he gets there is going to be Arch Manning. Because that kid, I think, but he's got to prove it at Texas. He's got to prove it at Texas, right? But Caleb Williams, if you look at his body of work, I agree with you. I don't see it, but they want to throw that out there like, oh my God, it's hype. It's hype like they do on everything.
Okay, so I'm going to say this, and now I would be a fool by saying this, but if you go back, and a lot of people forget, but if you go back and look, the last generation quarterback, in my opinion, that I really thought at the time was absolutely generational was Deshaun Watson. Because people forget his first 2 years in the league, he was the highest rated passer 2 years in a row, above Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, and he was 23. And had he kept and also never forget, he was playing with 5 guys from accounting. He was playing with 10 guys from accounting. He had nobody on that team.
DeAndre Hopkins was pretty good.
He was out there throwing 28.
I was going to say he had a couple. He had a couple helpers there, but his whole line
they traded Hopkins. No, listen, he had Hopkins, but then remember what they did? They traded Hopkins. So he traded his only weapon. He still went out there and threw 4,100 yards, 28 touchdowns, 2 picks. His completion percentage was up there 69%.
Yeah, but look where he's at now. Look where he's at now.
That's his fault. He spent 2 years out of the league.
I agree, it's his fault. I agree.
The thing is I didn't think there's been very, very few, and I think Andrew Luck was one. I hate to say it. RG3 coming out of college, the way he could throw the football. And I'm gonna say another guy that was generational in college and what happened to him, and that's Vince Young.
Vince Young.
Vince Young
That's a
was
good
so good in
That's a
college.
good one.
Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
amazing.
Caleb. I'm sorry, Caleb Williams doesn't hold a candle to
Yeah.
Vince Young.
God, I forgot all about
his
Vince. That is
sophomore
a
and
good
junior
one.
year.
Yeah, that guy was amazing,
I mean,
man.
the
I
shit
got a-
that he did.
I got a question for is there anything across any sport that makes an amateur more well, and an amateur with the NIL stuff that's tic-tacky, but is there anything that makes somebody more money off the field or not on tape, not in a game than the 40-yard dash?
No,
Fuck
I don't
no.
think there is.
I think
Dude,
I
okay.
think if you run a good 40, I don't know that there's anything else that makes a guy more money that isn't game related.
Well, don't you think Xavier Worthy, a Texas receiver that just did
Yeah,
a
we want to talk
4.21,
about draft stock, dude. Talk about a guy that just
4.21,
yeah.
he has
Yeah.
the record, 40-yard dash. The problem I have with him, yeah, he's fast as shit. He's what, 5'11", which tells me he's probably more like 5'9.5". Because these receivers, they elevate their
Yeah.
height. The
I
football
think
boys,
at the combine is like I think that's like a pretty accurate. I think
But-
like whatever
but
he was
listen,
listed on the roster at Texas,
can't-
So it's
probably
not
said
like
he was
a-
6'1".
Hey, you can't make that mistake though, man. Because I'll throw one name at you: Steve Smith. What was he?
Oh, I agree.
He-
But the
I mean,
Grizzlies, perfect example. They live with 5'8", 5'9" receivers, that are fast. But I get it. But then you have who was the other Texas receiver? It's like 6'2" or 6'3" that was right in that 4'3" whatever range.
I think he had the sixth fastest.
Yeah.
That's
So where
receivers.
do you go?
His last name is Mitchell. So
Yeah, being a
you had two
GM would
Texas
suck
receivers.
right now. Being a GM and having to go, okay, so
Yeah, but
because if you miss, that's a quick way to find the door, man. I mean, if you miss in a couple of years of drafts,
a
bye.
couple
See you later.
A couple of guidelines on that. You miss. Obviously, it's a lot more hurtful when you miss high first round. You miss in the fourth,
big
fifth
time.
round. Who gives a shit? Or well, I mean, I know who gives a shit, but again, this is why there's so much pressure on the Bears organization. They've been a dumpster fire for what, 10, 15, 20 years? I mean, they've been I can't remember the last time
Since
they made the playoffs.
1985. Let's take it back to
I can't
1985.
remember the last time they made the playoffs. And so I hate to say it, but all the pressure, there's no pressure on the rest of the NFL. There's all the pressure's on Chicago, man. Like you got to
That's
get
true.
this right. All
right, T. So I got to ask Tyler a question because I want to show you guys. So Pat, you and I talked about this. Remember? I think if you guys can see that, that's from Kettle House Snowblind. That's a white stout. Okay. So you think of a stout,
That's what
it's
people
normally
call
a
me.
very dark beer. This is not that. So freaking good. Anyway, I see Tyler's been pounding some down. I just assuming it's Busch Lights, but I had to interrupt and ask because we're all drinking on this panel. So what you got?
No, that's a pretty solid assumption, but tall ones. Tall ones.
Oh, he went with the big boys.
Yeah, I'm going off as the GM of the beers that I drink. I'm going off the measurables here. So this one's a little bit bigger. It's like my left tackle. So
are you finding in Oregon? Because like they've been doing that here, I've noticed, like the Coors Light and Coors Banquet and all that. Now it's it had 18 packs, it was always 12-ounce cans. Now these motherfuckers got 18 packs of 16-ounce cans, pounders, and I'm like, and they're on sale. I'm like, 4 more ounces, then it costs less. Hell yes, I'm diving into that shit all day long. It's a thing.
Yeah, an 18-pack of tall boys. I'm not very good at math, but I know this: that an 18-pack of tall boys is 24 short boys.
Exactly right.
Do with that as you will. I don't even know that I needed to say that. I don't know that maybe everybody is like, yeah, no shit.
No. I bet you've got people out there going right now going,
They're grabbing a calculator going, wait a minute.
I just know if I drink 3 tall boys, that's 4 short boys.
I was today years old when I found out that. That's there's people out there saying that's a smart motherfucker right there.
Yeah,
drinking all them tall boys.
Nope.
Tyler, do you resemble that?
I know math in ounces and grams. Anything else, dude, off the fucking table.
Wow, nice. Well done. Well played.
Oh,
well
yeah,
played,
and the grams I'm assuming are rolling off the table as well, or No
I don't know
comment.
why I
We're all
know that kind of math.
responsible.
I don't know why that math comes so easy to me.
Well, I got a
But
couple
don't
ideas
throw
why it might come so
trigonometry
easy,
at
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
throw
don't give a
trig at
fuck
you.
about Pythagorean and his theorem. I don't give a fuck about that.
Pythagorean. I don't even know how to pronounce it either, so I'm going to leave that one alone.
Hey, so watched the fights last night. I don't know if you guys did. Watch the
I
fights
didn't.
yesterday. Oh man, I was just expecting so much more from the heavyweight, the main event.
Did that end quick? I can't remember. I was trying to watch the highlights this morning, and then I got freaking bowed up and had to go take care of some shit, so I didn't get to see all of them.
You know, honestly, Lee, I stopped watching it because it was like the third round, and you know how heavyweights.
Oh yeah.
By the third round, they're laying on each other and stuff. So I stopped. I don't even know how it ended. There was a couple decent fights up until then. But I don't know, man. I just can't wait till 299 stacked. That's
gonna be the one to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
gonna be
next
good.
weekend, right?
Yep. Sean O'Malley.
Okay, so I want to throw
Yeah.
one thing out there though too, because if you guys didn't see this, because I was kind of like off and on with this whole bare knuckle shit, but on Friday, DeSantos Jr. and I've loved Junior DeSantos since when he was in the UFC. Okay, he just won the heavyweight title in Game Bread bare knuckle, and he.
Oh wow.
And I'm sorry, this fight lasted 2 rounds. And DeSantos won by TKO. And I'm telling you, dude, the amount of blood in that ring. And DeSantos, after he wins, runs up to the camera and off his hand wipes blood right on the lens. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But Junior Dos Santos, if you guys haven't seen it, it won't take you long. Dial up the highlights from Friday night, bare knuckle, the heavyweight championship. It was bloody early, and Belcher was working DeSantos pretty good in the first round.
But I feel
So
like
because
I
the
feel like a
UFC,
lot of
I'm
this-
kind of like Jimmy. I'm waiting for next weekend for a decent card.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of those bare knuckles, they're always it's a bloodbath. I mean,
Oh God,
guys get cut and they bleed, and it's just there's blood all over the octagon. It's bad, man.
yeah. If you've got a soft stomach, don't watch it.
Yeah.
I have a
Because
soft stomach.
holy shit.
Hey, this is
Wow.
off topic. This is off topic. Change the subject, but I saw a clip this weekend. Who here remembers Corey Feldman? Anybody remember who
Oh,
that
yeah.
is?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, let me first say before I go into this, let me just say I've always enjoyed a lot of his movies. I think he's been a pretty good actor. He's kind of been disappearing. If nobody on this panel or anybody listening to us has not seen it, Google Corey Feldman, the Comeback King, because now he is putting on live performances that is so cringeworthy. Like I'm not kidding. Like he's impersonating Michael Jackson.
I think
Dude,
I
he's
saw
been
one.
doing that since he was a kid, though.
Okay, but
He's not a
Google it,
kid
right?
anymore.
You're right.
No.
Google it. It was cute when he was a kid. Now he's out there, woo, doing that shit, right? With one glove on. And here's
Wait,
the
could you
best
do
way
that
I can-
again? Wait a minute, I didn't. hear it
No,
the
I
first
will
time.
not do that again. And here's the best way I can describe it, man, is think middle school talent show. That's all I'm gonna say.
And he's got, what is this, like a podcast? Is
No,
it like
it's,
a podcast?
he's going around the country. And here's the worst part. As he's getting ready to do his show, people in the audience are like laughing, dude. Like, oh my, like, dude, it's I felt embarrassed for him, man. I don't even know the fucker. And I'm like, dude,
Well,
just
let's back up. Let's back up even further than that. There are fucking people that are paying to watch it.
Oh,
okay,
guaranteed.
that's my
There's
point.
somebody that's
yeah.
paying him to do it.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Somebody
Somebody doing it for
greenlit that and was like,
Dude,
not bad.
I mean, he's
Not
up
bad.
there
We make some
dancing.
money off this.
He's up there dancing, singing. Oh, and then before he comes out, the band, there's 2 bands, one on this side, one on this side of the stage, one on each side of the stage. And they're trying to get in sync. And as the audience is watching this, he's like blasting each band, saying, "Come on, guys, get on the right tune." I mean, he's getting pissed at
So
them because
can
they're
I
not doing it.
ask the
And they're-
obvious
and they're-
question,
What's
Patrick?
that?
I'd like to know how exactly you found this, or how
TikTok.
this.
I saw it on TikTok.
Okay,
Yeah, and,
I was
and,
like,
I,
holy
and
shit.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey,
I watched it like 5 times because I was crying. I was laughing so fucking hard.
okay, so you weren't going through one of your old Tiger Beat magazines and getting emotional,
Okay,
and then
well,
you Googled Corey
okay.
Feldman.
Okay. Well, first of all, dickhead, I never fucking had that magazine, so I don't know who the fuck you're thinking about, but not this guy, dude. No, negative ghostwriter. So
Oh, come on.
he's blasting the fucking bands. Come on, guys, get on the, and finally, and they start, Indians start singing, come back, he's the comeback king. Come back, he's the comeback before he starts his fucking, and I'm just sitting there going, dude, just go home to your house and put your feet up. What are you doing? Like, you're killing me, man. Oh, it's hideous. It's cringeworthy, dude. You're just going, dude, you got to be short on cash, right?
Yeah,
Is
but
that
who was the other Corey? They were both a bunch of drug
Corey,
addicts, weren't they?
Corey
it's
Haim.
Corey Feldman and Corey
Haim.
Hey, yeah,
Haim.
you
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
what it is, yeah.
And weren't
They
they
were
just
both
like
shit
some
shows, yeah.
hardcore addicts though? Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
got like,
Jesus.
holy shit.
Well, didn't Corey Haim die?
He did. He did.
Yeah.
He overdosed.
Yes, I think he did.
I think he had something in his I can't, but there was drugs involved. There was something with drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. So that was like a complete detour.
Well,
which actually was
had to
okay.
change it up. I didn't know if you guys seen it, but like I said, when you get done with this and anybody listen to us, Google Corey Feldman, the comeback king. I swear to God, he'll make your day, man. You'll be like, wow.
Do you
You want a
like
good
this? Do you
laugh?
like this guy or do you not like him? Yeah, I'm fucking.
Listen,
Is it
I
good
like
or
the
is it
movies.
not?
Well, it's funny because it's like I have no problem with him making a comeback and trying to get in the spotlight, but not like this, man. Not like this. What? I mean, he's a good actor. I've enjoyed a lot of the movies he's been in, but I just can't believe that this is what he is resorting to make a buck now, man. It's like I said,
Yeah,
think
but
middle school talent show. It's
his
that bad.
best movies are when he was a kid, though, before
Right,
he
of
got
course.
emotionally wrecked by Michael Jackson and everybody
course.
else in the industry.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I mean, Lost Boys. I go to Lost Boys. That was a great movie. But that's like
Stand
he
by
was
Me.
a kid.
Stand by Me. So my kids still watch Stand by Me like every other time they're at my house, man. It's like
Stand by Me is a great movie. That's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, and he plays pretty much what he's turned into in that movie.
Mhm.
Exactly.
A crazy little fucker, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, just for you, Pat, we're gonna try and have them bring Tiger Beat back and make it a reality. And
Tiger Beat.
Hey, did
it'll
you
be
guys see
digital, but
Back
Did
in
you guys
those
see
days,
that,
you might be a little accurate if you said something like maybe Playboy or Penthouse, but not Tiger Beat, dude. No.
you guys see that Paul Skeens versus Jackson Holiday? Did you guys see they got to face each other in spring
I
training?
saw they were gonna face each other. How'd it go?
It was actually a ground out to second, but that Paul Skeens dude is scary. That's a big boy out there throwing 101, 102 miles an hour.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Is he like a Randy Johnson kind of like intimidating?
I don't
I'm
think
not
he's not
familiar.
that big, but he's big. I mean, he's not like tall like Randy Johnson.
Okay.
He's tall, but he's big. He's a big guy, and when you watch him from the side, and when they show him pitching like from the side, dude, it looks like he's just handing the ball to the catcher. It's just so the way he strides out, and it's pretty amazing. I think the kid's going to be good, and I think so is that Jackson Holiday.
So that was one of the intimidating things about Randy Johnson is when he delivers a pitch, he was so big and lanky, it looked like his hand was halfway to home plate.
Well, and there's the thing about Randy Johnson too, his arm angle was like it was coming from first base.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I watched the Mariners and I sat behind home plate one time when Randy Johnson was pitching. And guys, it's not fair. When he was on his game, it wasn't fair. And I'm sitting up enough to where I can watch the pitch and everything. And he'd throw that, 99 miles an hour. Of course, I don't think he'd ever had enough time to get max velocity because you're right. By the time he would stride out and everything, he's throwing from 40 feet away.
Right.
But it just wasn't fair. 99-mile-an-hour fastball coming from first base, and then he throws Mr. Snap. He throws that slider, and when you're
Yeah.
up behind home plate and you get to see that and what that pitch does, it's how does anybody hit that?
Well, and
That's
his
why
slider,
major league hitters. That's why major league hitters have got to be like the coolest motherfuckers on the planet.
yeah. And to be fair, his slider was what, 91? He's throwing a 91 mile an hour
Oh, yeah.
slider. I mean, that's a fastball.
Oh, dude,
man.
he had sliders hit 96, 97 when he
It
was
was,
younger.
but it was just
He was insane.
when you're sitting behind and you're watching his pitches and what they're doing, and you're wondering, well, that's why nobody can fucking hit it.
Yeah.
That's why.
So listen, I'm just super stoked because my St. Louis Cardinals signed 52-year-old Brandon Crawford. I'm just curious why they didn't give Jeter a call. Like,
He doesn't
wouldn't
even want to
that
be
have been
there. He
awesome?
wanted to be with the Giants.
I mean,
Jeter would
Brandon
have been a
Crawford,
better call.
great
Jeter would have
signing,
been a
man.
better
So,
You
call.
know what,
so
guy? Brandon Crawford's one of the most solid guys in
Yeah,
in
dude,
Major
he's
League.
he's
solid.
like
Yeah.
he's like
He's
50.
solid.
He's
You know
like
what you're gonna get.
50. Oh my god, that guy! But
He
it
looks just-
fits because we got
Tyler
like
looks just like
42-year-old.
him.
We got like 42-year-old Lance Lynn. We got a 102-year-old freaking. I mean, that's how we signed like the all Geritol team this offseason. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, it's gonna go well.
Hey, did
Well,
you guys see the Cam Newton fight?
I heard about
Did you guys see the fight he got in?
Bullshit
That's the
fight.
wrong. That's the wrong. I don't. Cam Newton keeps like he's trending downward with people. I
big
think
time.
for the most part,
Yeah.
but also he's fucking huge.
He's a monster,
Oh,
dude.
yes.
That's
He
not a
was-
joke.
Dude, there was like 6 guys that jumped him, and he was just fucking stiff arming them. It looked like he was trying to rush for a fucking touchdown, dude.
Oh my
He
God.
was just shucking guys. He's laughing. He's like fucking laughing, dude. These guys are like way smaller than him.
Wasn't it
That's why
during
they
a,
needed 6 or 7 of them.
wasn't it during like a flag football tournament or
So
something?
I looked it up a little bit, and apparently it was because he has his own like 7-on-7 team, flag football team or whatever, and some of the guys that used to coach his team split off and went and did their own thing.
Yeah.
And that was the whole deal. It was Cam Newton's team against a bunch of guys that used to coach for him, their team, and I guess it got heated. And well, obviously it got heated.
It got heated, yeah.
Because look at the
shit.
fucking video. But like
Yeah.
those guys couldn't do a goddamn thing.
Well,
I don't
okay.
even know- I
Listen,
don't even know
Cam
why.
Newton, Cam Newton, by all rights and standards, Cam Newton is still young enough. If he had any ability left at all, he should still be in the NFL. What is he? Is he 35?
Probably
I don't-
something like that.
No.
Yeah, I bet he's something
It's
like
got
that.
to be in that area.
He's relatively young. I mean, we've seen, countless examples of decent quarterbacks playing 38, 39 into their 40s. And this dude can't get a cup of coffee with any team because he's that bad, man. So this has
But
nothing
he's
to do with
still a
him.
fucking unit.
Oh, I
I,
know.
yeah,
but
okay,
he's-
because he can't throw a football anymore. Doesn't mean
Yeah, I wasn't making reference to that. I'm just saying that his last 2 or 3 years, probably more than that, but at least the last 3 years in the NFL, he was like the lowest rated passer out of so many.
But that's the
attempts.
thing, though, and he still likes to talk shit. It's been pretty recent that
Yeah.
he talks shit about players that are in the league, and he's
Yeah.
not.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'd like
So-
to see any
so
of
the
those
trending
players
down.
see him in a one-on-one fight because I know what I just fucking saw, and that's a
Put him in the
that's a
ring.
bad
Put
dude.
him in the
I mean,
octagon.
I don't like all the shit that he talks. I don't like
Listen,
all that either.
that,
but
all
also,
that
like,
hair up on the top of his head scares me. So no,
Right.
I ain't getting in the ring with that dude.
He is a goddamn. He is when he would do the Superman thing. He literally was Superman.
Yes, yeah,
6
he
foot
was.
5, 250.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I saw two different videos of him getting in fights at practice. And his helmet got ripped off on one, and he's got Josh Norman by his fucking pads, and he's just laughing. He's just fucking laughing, driving him to the ground. You're like, dude, that's an elite athlete in the whole fucking world. Josh Norman was at that time.
Yeah, and Cam
And
Newton
Newton's
wouldn't
laughing
make-
like it's funny.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Those
a-
guys
he's a-
didn't. Obviously those guys bit off more than they could chew.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, duh. I don't think
Well,
they should have known
well, and
better. I
that's-
mean, let's be
Okay,
real.
so can we just be real about that? Those 6 guys that are taking him on, there wasn't one of those 6 guys that probably knew how to fight. Just being honest.
Yeah, you know what?
His arms were, he just had him, he like had him out
what
like
I'm
this.
saying.
It looked
Yeah.
like fucking the Three Stooges and shit. Like they couldn't even hit him.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
He just
bitches,
keeps everybody at
stay
arm's
there.
length.
Yeah,
But-
dude. It
but
looked
a
like
guy-
Larry, Curly, and Moe, and then he leaned in at one point, and you're like, oh fuck. Uh-oh.
But I'm telling you, a guy that knows how to fight, you break a guy's fucking knee. I don't care if he's 6'5", 7 foot. You break his fucking knee, man. I'm just saying, you have to know how to fight.
Oh,
Of course,
yeah,
if you
what,
just come-
Jose
you-
Aldo
you
didn't
come
run
up-
up on him and
come
fucking
up to
leg
it.
kick him.
You come up to a guy 6'5" and do this shit. Yeah, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. If you know how to fight, man. I'm just saying, those 6 guys clearly didn't know how to fight. So
But hey, you know what? The fact that he just made cocktails and curveballs tells us that he's still evidently something to talk about.
I just
Oh,
thought it was
Tyler brought
fucking
him up.
crazy, dude. 'Cause who gets jumped by 6? I don't care. Pick 6 guys. Fucking turn around in the grocery
Us
store.
four,
Pick
us
6
four,
guys.
and 2 more. Us 4 and 2 more. No,
I'm not gonna.
good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Y'all
Actually,
stay
yeah, I think
home.
we'd fuck Cam Newton up, but
I think we could.
but I bet those guys thought that too. I bet those fucking guys were like, I got my fucking squad here.
I got my
We've
boys
been in-
with me. We're
we've been in
good.
numerous fucking fights and like,
dude,
and then
you
ran
give me-
into Cam Newton and they were like,
You give me 3 guys.
uh-oh.
You give me 3 guys that legitimately know how to fight, and they will fucking throw Cam Newton a fucking beating.
Well, okay.
Well,
I'm
3 on
yeah.
1, I would hope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying
mean,
for what it was, though. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
saying
yeah, I
that
mean,
you can
watch,
handpick
watch.
4
There'll
dudes
be.
to fucking jump
Well,
Cam Newton.
Listen, well,
Can you imagine?
will-
Wait, Pat. Can you imagine if, like through some weird happenstance in the world, in the internet, the Cam Newton gets a glimpse of cocktails and curveballs and goes
Says, I want you
out
4 bitches.
on media and goes, "I want you 4 motherfuckers, and I want
I'd
you
be
in this
down.
ring. I will
I'd be-
fly
I'd
you
be
there.
down.
I will."
I would be down. I would be absolutely down. And if you fuckers can give me any fucking help, that motherfucker will catch a beating and he'll never fucking.
That's what you think. That's what you think is if you fought Cam Newton, you would just need a little bit of help.
I think, well, you guys gonna stand there and
I
watch?
don't
I'm
think
not
so.
taking him on by myself. I'm not saying I
No,
can
no, 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 you said you
I'm saying,
needed a
you
little bit of
fuckers
help.
not just stand there and watch me. That's what I'm saying. You
You
not
want to
just stand
fucking
there and
dance
watch me.
around and distract him?
Yeah. No, Tyler's
The
gonna
first guy to take
sashay.
the shot on Cam Newton is getting stiff
so
armed
like-
into the fucking pavement.
Yeah, so by
Or,
you saying
like,
that
like,
Cam
you're
Newton
done.
can take
That's-
on the
that's
panel,
Well, maybe
by
Tyler,
saying
if
that
you
Cam Newton
sashay
can take on the
around
panel,
him
you
and
mean
distract
I'm going
him.
to take on Cam Newton? What the fuck, man?
I don't know, dude.
I'm
You
not
put
saying
that
I could
fucking
kick
gold.
Cam
You put
Newton's
that gold dust jumper on and fucking dance around.
Well, I can
Actually,
I can
you
tell
know what?
this.
If you did that, you and Cam Newton might be fucking matching. So who knows?
Listen,
You guys
I'm
might
just
look at
telling
each
you
other
this,
like
man.
the Spider-Man meme.
They
I'm
could
just
be
telling you this. I'm
BFFs.
not going to stand in front of him like the 20s and go, "Come on, Cam." Fuck, man. Of course you're going to get your ass beat. I'm just saying, if you know how to fight, dude, you're not going to stand in front of that motherfucker. There's a way to take a big guy like that down. And if you motherfuckers can give me any assistance, we will throw that bitch a fucking beat down like he's never had. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, we got your back, Patrick. Don't worry about it. We got your back. It'll be okay.
I see you
It'll be
smiling,
okay.
so I don't know if you do got my back. I gotta be honest
Yeah, I
with you.
do. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry, man. It's funny as
Oh,
shit to me,
fuck.
though, actually. Because if that
Easy.
motherfucker ever saw this episode and he all of a sudden goes, "I'm gonna fuck with these guys,"
And said,
And then,
I'll pay all for you faggots.
Oh,
I'm gonna cut that out. If he did
Canceled.
say that.
fuck
No,
being
no.
canceled.
That was Cam Newton. I was Cam Newton right there. That wasn't me. If Cam Newton said
Oh,
that,
Well, I'm sorry.
if Cam Newton
didn't have
said,
the right
hey,
shade.
you 4 mother effers, I'll pay all 4 of you guys to fly to one spot and I'll whoop all 4 of your asses.
Dude, I'm down. I'm down. I'll take
I'm
time off.
busy.
You know
I
what?
don't know. I might have something going
No,
on that day.
no, we are down for the pub, man. That would up some subscriptions. Come on, bro. You know, we'd take one for the team.
Well, I
Whether
got to
we
be
get our
honest with
ass beat
you.
or
The pub will be nice, but I'm not going to lose, fuckers. So I'd be going
No,
to
no, I'm
fucking-
not either. But you know what? It becomes a win-win for cocktails and curveballs. is
How
what I'm
many
trying to
groups
say.
of guys do you think around the world that saw that and were like, those guys are big? What if on the flip side, we fought the group that jumped Cam Newton.
Oh, that did.
That'd be
Well,
interesting.
How
that
about
would
that?
be an
How
ass
about
kicking.
that?
That'd be an ass beating because none of them fuckers could fight. None, and you can
Yeah.
get a hold of me.
That'd be
fucking
actually
go ahead.
interesting.
None of those fuckers can fight, man. And also,
Well,
let
the
me
tough
just
part
say
is,
this.
Tyler, where Pat and Jim and I grew up, my first official fight was first grade, and it was knocked down until the bell rang. It didn't stop, and it went for like almost 20
Your
minutes. But
first
I'm talking
official
first
fight,
grade.
your first refereed fight.
No. First grade was the first full blown, just pounding. Yeah, and I could tell you who the kid is, but I'm not gonna. But it was a thing here, man. Growing up in the era that we did, we would beat the shit out of our best friend and wouldn't talk to him for 4 or 5 days and then be best friends again.
That's how it
It's a
was
different
back then.
era, dude. It's just a
Yeah,
different
so-
era now.
Really quick, I want to just touch on this. So, if in the event that it didn't go away the way I thought it would, and I did catch a beating from Cam Newton, like I would be telling people, "Yeah, I got beat down by Cam Newton. Fuck off." Big deal.
It was Cam
There
Newton.
you go.
There's no part of me that would be ashamed by that. I'd be like, the
No.
fucking guy is 4 times bigger than me. Hey, I will admit that I got beat down by Cam Newton all day long. But here's the thing: if it's the other way around, oh yeah.
See,
I'm gonna be,
Oh,
I'm gonna be in that mother as he's going to sleep.
You gonna
I'm
do the
be in his ear
Superman? You gonna do the
going- I'm
Superman?
gonna be in
coming
his
out?
ear going, "Get up, Cam! Get up, Cam!" I'm gonna be talking shit. Oh yeah,
You know what? That's such a lose-lose situation for Cam Newton.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
It
it
It's
really
a
is.
lose-lose. It's like
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
he's looking at us going, you know what? Fuck you guys.
Yeah, right.
It's
He's
true.
like looking. He's like
Yeah.
looking for more of a challenge. I think if he saw this, he'd be like,
He'd be like, yeah, no, No.
no, I'm good."
no,
I
I'm
mean,
good. No.
And hopefully the fucker, we get him to laugh a little bit. I mean, that'd be kind of.
I mean, that's what. Let's hope. Let's hope we can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, hey, gentlemen, let's get close to wrapping this stuff up because I'm actually running out of beer too, which really is depressing. But I want to keep some for my curtain call. So, anybody got anything fantastic they want to do for a curtain call? Let's get started and go around the horn, boys. Let's wrap it up.
I'd like to say sorry, right now
Cam
that
Newton?
that when I was impersonating Cam Newton, that he said the F word that you're not supposed to say. That's not
Oh,
how
yeah.
I talk. That's not
Well,
how I
those
talk.
are bundles of sticks, actually. If you
Yeah.
use dictionary, it's a bundle of sticks.
Well, yeah, that
Yep.
wasn't me. That was
No.
me impersonating Cam Newton, saying that to us, which
Sure.
I don't agree with. So
Sure.
I'd like to
Wait,
say
sorry,
that.
Cam.
sorry,
caught it.
sorry,
So,
Cam.
let me
shouldn't
ask
talk
you
like,
guys a
you shouldn't
question.
talk like that.
Isn't that what they call cigarettes like in England or something?
Yeah,
I
Yeah, I
maybe-
mean, I
So,
think that's the same.
so in England, if you say smoke a fag, in England,
I don't know.
doesn't that have a different meaning than
I think so.
Oh
I
my
think
God,
so,
you
but
guys
I've never been there.
I got to be honest.
I-
I'm just gonna step. I'm gonna step right over all that
my,
shit.
my cheeks hurt from laughing because that I'm stepping way the fuck away from that.
Yeah,
Jimmy
I'm
talking
not
about nope, I'm leaving that one alone. No way.
I got nothing for you.
Okay,
Oh,
so on
shit.
my curtain call, I'd like to say that I just saw this on the internet that my beloved Seattle Mariners in their entire history have had more guys miss time because of ruptured testicles than playoff appearances.
Jesus. That's
And
kinda
I'd like
brutal.
to I'd like to laugh and make that a joke, but that's so fucking sad.
That's
They've had
Man.
five.
Hey,
They've had five
I feel bad.
instances. 5 instances where guys have ruptured their testicles and had to miss time. The most recent one I can think of was Mitch Haniger, not that long ago, who is
that
back
long
to
ago.
being a Seattle Mariner now, but and in their entire history have made the playoffs 4 times.
Okay, so throwing it out from somebody that's never had a ruptured testicle, I actually feel really bad for those Mariners players and all Mariners
Oh yeah, it
fans.
sucks for them. It sucks being a
associated.
Mariners fan worse. I'd rupture my testicle if they made the playoffs this year. If that was the trade-off, fuck,
Get it
take them
done.
both. You know what? As a matter of fact,
so
rupture both of them.
so you
I
could
don't
say
give a fuck. I need them bitches in the playoffs.
so you can make an
Playoffs?
argument. So you can make an argument that you would be willing to add to that historical record of ruptured testicles in order for them to make the playoffs. That makes sense. I'm down with that.
100%.
I mean, that's a true fan. That is a true
Well,
fan.
I would
And I
rather
don't need
see
my
the
nuts
playoff
anymore.
appearances catch up to the ruptured testicles myself without rupturing another one.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's just
Gotta
always
get
going to
him
be
out of my wife's purse first, you know what I mean? To rupture him.
Oh, that's actually so true. Who else has
No,
got one?
actually, yeah, it wasn't that much.
Yeah, it's totally true.
Hey, so my curtain card goes out to Chop Robinson, edge rusher
Oh,
from Penn
yeah.
State. Dude,
There you go.
Because he has such a cool name.
4'7". First off, that's a super cool name, Chop
Yeah.
Robinson. But 4'7", are you shitting me? The guy's a monster. He's huge.
It's
Uh-huh.
He goes
terrifying.
out there and runs a 4'7".
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Terrified. Yeah, fuck Cam Newton. Chopper Robinson.
Fuck him, Newton.
Yeah,
Oh,
the guy I wouldn't-
if we got Chop Robinson with us, maybe.
yeah. Us four and him, then it's on. It's on the
Us four and
donkey.
Chop
Then-
Robinson.
then I'm feeling
Us
better.
four and Chop Robinson would fuck a lot of people up, I think.
I agree.
Good
I
God,
agree.
man. Yeah.
What about you, Patrick? You got one?
Yeah, I'm gonna give my curtain call to Jalen Phillips, defensive end / linebacker for the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
He is the doctors are absolutely he's pulling off like an Adrian Peterson type act. Everybody that knows Adrian Peterson at one point in time he ruptured, was it both his MCS, or I mean he had a horrific injury like 3/4 into the season. They said he was going to be out all the next season, and he was ready by the start of training camp.
He's ready
Which
in
is
like
good.
9
And
months
that's
or
when
something like that.
That's when
Yeah,
he went off for
and-
like 2,000 yards. He ran for, I mean,
Yep,
just
and
stupid. So, so he's pulling that off. So Jalen Phillips, they already said he wouldn't be back till like game 10 or 11 if he even came back next season. Now he's projected to start the season. I mean, his recovery
it's looking
is just,
good.
He's
And
just,
yes.
the doctors are absolutely amazed how far he's come. He's already walking. He's getting ready to start running. Looks like he's going to be ready for the start of the season, which is mind-blowing. So,
which is fucking awesome. And
Well
I'm a Dolphins
done.
fan, so cheers to that. So
Yes, sir.
I got one super quick, and this is going to go out to one of these homeboys on the panel, Tyler. Homeboy just got hosed. Everybody gets hosed at work in some way, shape, or form. Everybody has something happen, doesn't go your way, pisses you off, whatever. It all happens. Life's busy as shit. And homeboy, he's taking it in stride. And he was actually here to bullshit and call out Cam Newton. Oh no, not call him out. Sorry, T. but talk about him. But you know what? All
I didn't
of us,
call him
guys,
out.
I mean, we
I didn't call him out.
no, definitely not. But cheers to you, dude, and all this shit you're going through, because I know there's a lot on the
hey,
table.
can you guys give me 30 seconds? I got one more shout out. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds.
Oh shit! So you know what he's doing? He's going to get his Great Dane. He's going to get his Great Dane. He's going to bring his Great Dane in with a jar of peanut butter.
This
And if
could
he
be-
starts, if he
Holy
starts dropping
fuck,
trout,
dude,
you
I'm
kill
gonna.
this
I'll
podcast.
end this motherfucker
Okay,
right
so
now if I
to
see that
all our
dog come.
listeners, we had a birthday on a panel. Lee's birthday was last Monday. Is that right?
It was the 26th. Yeah,
Last Monday?
Yeah.
So
Is that
I haven't
30,
seen you yet.
35?
I haven't.
27
really
again.
close to that. And I remember
Yeah.
you commenting on the lime Hornitos that they had.
Yeah.
So this is a brand new bottle. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Hornitos.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
black label.
black label. Pretty pricey.
That's good stuff.
But this it's full bottle. It's sitting here for your disposal. So just wanted to have all of our listeners wish Lee Morley a belated happy birthday. And you got a fifth of Hornitos Black Label at your disposal.
Okay, so you're
I would
drinking
go
that
get
with me.
that
You know
fast
that,
though.
right?
If I was you, Lee,
Yeah, I
I'd go
know
get
with
that
him.
like,
I know.
like today.
Jesus.
I'd go
Hey,
get that.
hey, if you think I need treatment, man, you can actually just say that instead of like beating around the bush. I mean,
I'd
that's
be
cool.
sitting fucking right next. If you need treatment,
We would
motherfucker,
all
I'd
be doing a
sitting next-
podcast from that facility.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Reserve,
All right, well, hey,
reserve
gentlemen.
a room for 4.
Yeah, there we
Exactly.
go. Beautiful.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you guys all very much for being here. And everybody, you can find us as always, on Facebook and on Instagram, Cocktails and Curveballs. You can email us, Cocktails and Curveballs on Gmail. Check us out on YouTube. Give us a subscribe. Follow us. Let's make something happen with this podcast, guys, because we love it and we're doing it for us, basically. But we want you to come along. So everybody have a great rest of your day and cheers.
Cheers.
Guys.
Cheers.